Hello there. Played around with some sunflowers, made a couple arrangements. So look how cute they are. Let's jump into the craft room, guys. Now, our first thing here, I went to Michael's, got a bunch of clearance, and this box was one of them. And I was extremely excited when I saw it. I was like, this is going to be expensive, pretty much. I was like, I'm not going to get it. But then it's like, wait a minute, I see a pink sticker. I saw this pink sticker from across the aisle. I was drawn to it like a moth. Look at that. $3. You can't be mad at $3 clearance, man. So, of course, I bought plain box. Said item will become beautiful. So, taking all our stickies off. We're going to just clean it all up. But I'm not going to do anything else to this box. Here's some generic styrofoam that I saved because I am a low-key hoarder, and that is what we all do. And so, I used a hot wire to cut it so that it didn't get everywhere and stick to your clothes and your face and your eyeballs for 16 days. And then just going to glue that down with a little strip of glue. Now, I'm going to take some ribbon. Now, this burlap stuff is from Dollar Tree, and then this other little felt fuzzy stuff is from it's a Christmas ribbon from Hobby Lobby. Again, just dotting little bits of glue. I can repurpose this. Right now, this is out in my living room. She's so cute. And I love her because she makes me happy. I can see her from when I'm sitting on the sofa. But if you ever need to change things out, just use little dots of glue. That's basically my tip for you. So I'm going to try to pull this burlap around the box as tight as I can. The hot glue will hold it. It's not that it's just a temporary, fix. It is a good adhesion, but we're not going to use copious amounts of it because we want to be able to take it off maybe possibly someday. But then if I don't decide to take it off, I still want it to stay on there semi-permanently if I'm too lazy to ever take it off. But I still want to have the option of taking it off because if it doesn't, then I'll be mad. You know what I'm saying? So yep, that's my, you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get it? I want it to be permanent, but not really, because if I change my mind, I want to take it off later. That deal. So that's what we did. Little dot of glue. Now for this one, I cut the ribbon so that it overlaps itself. Now this is not a centerpiece. It's going to have, stuff behind it. But should you peek at it, should you come to my house and pick up my items and look at the back of them, first off, I don't blame you. Second off, it will look somewhat finished. So that's why I put a little hem in it. So I fold it over the edge and I'm just putting another little bit of glue there. And again, this is nothing that won't come off with a little bit of, coercion, heat, and anger. Later on, you never know. A little bit of heat, but don't, burn it. We may have to destroy the ribbon if we decide to change it, but it doesn't matter. In any event, I picked neutral colors also. And also to see how fuzzy it is, you can see I had to give it a little bit of a little tickle there on camera so you could see that my fingers like how fuzzy this is. It's a faux velvet. It's a really pretty ribbon. You can make this into something very aesthetically elegant. You could also go my feel is kind of like farmhouse vintage chaotic / whatever makes you happy. That's what my design style is. My design style is whatever makes you happy, do that. So I picked some neutral colors because again, my fall stuff is still up from last year because that made me happy all year long, and I am not ashamed, nor do I care because it's my house, right? Did anybody do that? Am I alone in this? Because yeah, I added some spooky stuff for Halloween. I added maybe an Easter egg here and there. You guys didn't see it this year, but still. These are things that I do to make me happy. So my pumpkins are still out, but I picked neutral colors. Again, that was the longest description of why I picked these colors. Now, I tried to do a finger bow here on this velvety ribbon. It did not work because this ribbon's a little bit thick. Now, if you want to see how to do a finger bow, I have a tutorial linked in my description. It's a 5-minute video, goes into detail. It's a little old. I've been meaning to replace it because I say I'm going to and then I don't because I'm human. And it would work out better with thinner. It works really great with jute twine, any kind of cording, and thinner ribbons. This was too thick of a ribbon for me to try it. Also, the size of the bow I'm trying to accomplish here, it worked, you could say. I mean, I did the technique, but then I had to speed up there because I didn't want you to watch me struggle through. I was just doing a lot of adjusting to tighten the bow. In any event, if you need to tie a shoestring bow, but I left the tails long on purpose. So if I have this sitting up, the tails will drape down on something above it. If it sits flat, you'll see in some of the pictures, the tails will sit on the table. I like the way it looks. It makes me happy. I love dovetailing ends of all my ribbons. So you'll see that. As long as it's not too thin, then I just do diagonals. Now, we are going to move into the flowers. Look how pretty. Everything here today, other than the Michael's box, I have already had. These are some really old Walmart lavender, and these are some older purchases of Hobby Lobby sunflowers. Now, I'm going to cut everything apart. No need to painfully watch me do every single one, so I sped up some of it so you could see, proof of life. Yes, I did cut them apart. because someone's going to make a comment. You know that, right? Anyways, I'm going to just start with sunflowers. Now, also, if you've been with me for a while, first off, thank you for being here. Many hugs. Happy crafting to all of us. I normally use Spanish moss. I have just cleaned my craft room to the point where I can see the carpet again, and it makes me so happy. So I'm not pulling that Spanish moss out for a while. Plus, this is staying in my home, so it's mine. I have enough sunflowers here to cover this styrofoam, and when we're done, I'll show you, a 360 view. You can't see the styrofoam, so if you need to, put Spanish moss in there. If you have something else, cover the top of it with. But in this event, you don't see the styrofoam, and for the purposes of me not losing my mind because I just cleaned this craft room, we did not pull the messy Spanish moss out. But that is why. Now, after I literally just layered these in, I chose heights that made me happy. I don't have a procedure or a method for floral arrangements. I just love putting them together. And because I'm not using hot glue, again, because I want to repurpose this for different seasons and holidays and so on and so forth, and because I want to, I did not use glue. So it's easier to readjust. And if I push a floral piece in that I don't like, you can take it back out, move it around. So sometimes if that works for you, if floral arranging might be a little bit of a problem, try putting the whole thing together with no glue. Then you have the opportunity and the ability to move things around till they make you happy. See, that's what it's about. Do what makes you happy. And it doesn't matter. Do not stick to the norms. Don't worry about, is it look right? If it's there, it's for you. It's in your house. It's there to make you smile. You do what makes you happy. I think I've said that enough for this video. Okay, calm down, Whitney. Now, I was a little concerned, I'll tell you that, because I didn't want to cut this lavender down too far because I liked the fact that it had long little stems on it. Now, some of the pieces I did cut shorter, but I was able to cut it right above another little piece of like a little purpley like half buds. And I was able to sink those in on the sides too. So it turned out great. I really was worried about the lavender looking a little crazy, but it looks good. It looks like it's all evened out, and it kind of just, it looks good to me. I love the way it looks. This is a perfect transition from summer to fall. These are one of those things that lavender and sunflowers go together crazily good. I mean, everybody does this every year. It's not something that's, unheard of. It's not something that hasn't been done before. It's just something I felt like doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's very simple. Neutral colors on the box. I didn't paint it. I didn't put anything on it. Also, here's some other ideas. You could put rub-on transfers on there. You could paint it. You could do a crackle thing. You could do, a chippy chalk paint on that and then distress it a lot. If you will, that farmhouse thing like I normally do. But I wanted this to be fast and easy because I may or may not ever change that cream colored bow out. But in any event, you can change out the contents of that box and she will be beautiful for who knows how many more seasons, holidays, events, you name it. Trying to make things universal so they'll last longer, then you don't have to buy as much. You know what I'm saying? But now, on to another piece of garbage. This was one of these little things. I got flowers in it, and I keep all of those glass containers I get flowers in, even if they're the ones that probably came from the dollar store. So, I mean, yeah, I have had to clean some out, but I like this big chunky piece of glass. So here's another piece of generic styrofoam that I probably should have thrown away, but I didn't. We're going to put that in the glass, and now we're going to use these two pieces of burlap to cover up and mask this chunk of styrofoam. Glass is not friends with hot glue. So I'm only going to lightly secure this in there because, again, over time, the styrofoam will degrade and we'll need to replace it. So these little pieces of burlap, again, they're very inexpensive. This burlap right here, the brown stuff, this I've had 50,000 rolls of it that I bought over time at Michael's. It's a 6-inch wide burlap. And then this black burlap is from Hobby Lobby, I believe. Actually, I don't know where it's from. Yep, it's not Hobby Lobby burlap. I don't know where that black burlap's from, but I think it's also, might be Michael's too, which I normally don't buy the colored stuff from them, but I may have gotten it on clearance or something. I don't know. It's probably only like a 4-inch. The black burlap's 4-inch. So I wrap around. I wrap the brown burlap around the white styrofoam, and then I'm going to use the black burlap because, again, just the brown burlap, you still would have seen through. So I'm just kind of layering it. If you have something else, you could use other chunky ribbons. You could use fabric. I'm just trying to avoid seeing the styrofoam. And also, I only need to secure it down just a little bit with a little bit of glue. So I put a little bit of glue on the styrofoam, on the burlap, and then a little bit of that burlap has glue on the glass. And now I'm using one of those little craft sticks that you get, the thick ones, and I'm kind of pushing down the corners. So from the outside, the glass looks nice. We're going to cover the outside in a ribbon, but And still, I wanted it to have, you know, all the corners look full. It doesn't look ridiculous. It looks like I purposely did it. It looks pretty. And then I'm also cutting this edge off of the brown burlap so it frays more. Once we're done, you don't see any of this, so you could skip these steps because, again, this is me overdoing it, thinking, well, if you get really close, within 4 inches to 12 centimeters, which I don't, again, math there, you might see that the edges aren't frayed. It doesn't look natural. It's burlap. It's covering styrofoam. Whitney, calm down. Yeah. So here's some more pretty ribbon. This is, I believe, an old Halloween ribbon, actually, from Michaels. It's a celebrated brand that I can see there. I think it might be Halloween. I don't know what it was, but I look at ribbons and say, do I like them? I don't look at the marketing if it's for Halloween, especially. I get a lot of good Christmas ribbon on clearance for year-round projects. So take a peek at those. When they put those things on clearance, don't think just the holiday that they're trying to market you for. Think beyond that, all year round. So that's why my ribbons aren't put away. I don't put Christmas ribbon away. Even if it's got reindeers and presents on it, it stays out with the rest of it. They're all friends. They all get to hang out on a big bookcase. Now I'm doing the same technique that I did on the box. I'm doing here on the glass. Now, yes, I did put a little bit of glue on the glass. Again, this is a good hold for temporary, for, you know, being in my house. This is not a permanent thing. So if that does pop off over time, it'll pop off over time. I live in the desert, so it's a pretty dry climate. There's no humidity. I'm not going to be setting it outside for sure. And it's definitely not going to be in the sun, because for the months of, you know, when it's, you know, not normal to be outside in that type of heat, my blinds are closed. My house is dark and cool inside. It's beautiful. So also, it's fall for me. I have decided this year to not accept summer, which is why you guys, if you've noticed in my videos, my nails have all been painted in, you know, fall to spooky to that. I refuse to acknowledge summer. It's not working out when I go outside, but when I'm inside, it's perfectly fine. So works for me. Denial's great. Ignorance is bliss, guys. It is. Till you go outside, you're like, I go get groceries. It's 112 degrees out. Now, anyways, I digress. I did the same technique we did on the box. So I put a dab of glue on it, and then I made a little, well, not label, what's it called? A hem. I put a fold over on that ribbon there, so to show you that, should you see the back of it, it has a nice layer to it. And then that's what we're doing. You should stop here. Me, I wanted to add yellow to it because we're putting sunflowers in it. This is an old, very thin ribbon that I got at that's Paper Mart. Paper Mart from years and years and years ago. I mean, probably double-digit years ago. Not ashamed, because we are crafters and that's how we create our hoard and our stash. So I tied this in a knot, and then I tied a bow on it, but this became a small, chaotic mess. But at some point, I'm going to make a cut, and then I'll show you what I did. So I tied a bow here, but it seemed pretty lame. I mean, it looked really sad. Like it was like droopy, and look, it looked like I'd strangled it. So here I'm trying to glue just the knot down. And that's what I should have just stuck with here. Let me stick my finger in the hot glue, burn it a little bit. That's fine. Let me get the rubber on there so that I don't keep burning my fingers. Or silicone or whatever. It's just the little craft spatulas. And I'm going to put it off to the side and make another messy bow. Now, I'm going to leave the messy bow for you in real time so you can see how I make those. But the rest of that, I'm going to end up speeding up. Yeah, ignore this because we take this out. When I say we, I mean me and the other crafters that are in my head at the moment. You know, calling that struggle bus to the stop outside my craft room door, because I don't know why I made this bow into such a big deal. Because it really didn't need to be, but I do want to show you from start to finish just the creative chaos that happens in my craft room. I mean, when we're done, it's pretty, right? So that's all that matters. Now, here's this is real time. So I just take it and I do 4 loops. So I can't tell you what the measurements are because I just do what my hands feel is normal. So as long as they're somewhat even, which again, I don't want things to be symmetrical. I don't want anything perfect. I like flaws and, you know, inconsistencies. That's what I think makes things look more vintage and farmhouse and country and weathered and all that. Again, this is not weathered in any means. I didn't do any weathering on this whole thing, but in any event, I cut that strip after I did the 4 loops. I cut another piece and I'm just going to cinch it in the middle. I just wrapped it around once or twice. It's a little loose and it's not because the ribbon is so thin. I ended up tying the knot a little bit too tight, but the loops are big enough that it's going to be a droopy, floppy, sloppy. Droopy, floppy, sloppy? Say that 3 times. It's going to be a droopy, floppy, sloppy bow, but she's pretty because she has so many shiny, pretty loopies. Makes me happy. See, I'm just add it to the top, so it's like a big messy bunch of ribbon, if that makes sense, and that makes me happy. So, and again, this is interchangeable. It's just a couple dabs of glue on all these things, and you can pull it off the glass and switch out your ribbon for the holiday, which is probably what I'll probably end up doing at some point when I take the sunflowers out. Because again, sorry, a spoiler, I'm going to add sunflowers to this one too without glue. So there you see there. I cut the longer pieces off after I untied that original bow. I glued those to the back so it has extra tails, because why waste it if it's there? And this is what we got. So again, with all of that, from point A to point B, look how pretty. That's where we got. So you would never know that that was a complete mess for about, I don't know, within 15, 20 minutes. Now she's pretty again. There you go. Now, omit that entire thing. If it was chaotic, it did make sense to you, or it was annoying, because again, this is your project. For me, this is what I did. I just want to show you everything I did. Now, here's some more sunflowers. Had these in my stash for many, probably many moons, and we're going to just do the same thing. We're going to chop them all apart. For this arrangement, because the glass little dish is a little small, I have 4 bundles, and I did not add anything else to it, which is not normal for me. Normally, if you want to watch any of my videos, or a lot of you have been with me for a long time, you'll know I add all kinds of gobbledygook to things, but these were just simple, fast things that made me happy. And also my craft room stayed clean, which I don't want you to worry. I will be messy again. This is just, you know, it's like the first time you got your car clean. You're like, wow, it's clean. I'm not going to drive it. And then once it rains, you're like, well, that's out the window. Let's go off-roading. You know, again, I live in the desert, so my car gets dusty before it ever rains. But then when it rains, it just creates mud. And at that point, you give up and you're like, screw it. I'm just going to run through all the puddles. More information you didn't ask for, but I love volunteering because it's fun to gibber with you. So again, back to what we're here for. As you can see, I cut all of the stems off at a length I felt like they were good. Now, I have a vertical piece of styrofoam in there, so I have more room to push those down further. So I didn't cut a lot more of the stems off. The first one was a little bit more shallow of an arrangement dish, or the box, so I had to cut some of those stems off. This one, I left them longer, and you can see the longer ones are up top, and I put some shorter ones down at the bottom. And again, you can't really see the tops of any of that burlap, but you also don't see inside the glass, and I didn't have to add any kind of messy stuff in there. It's pretty clean and decent. And this one leans more towards fall. It's not a bright yellow. The lavender isn't in it, but you could add lots of things to it. You could add some berries. You could add a lot of little greenery pops, or other little, maybe a darker green for getting closer to the fall season if you want. That's just what I did, because this is what I had. And trust me, I am not running out of supplies anytime soon. I have so much stuff. This is easily duplicable. Insert special word here. Now, it's easily done with whatever you have, whatever your theme, preference, flowers, stash, supplies, you name it. These are just fun things that I say, you know, grab some junk, wrap a ribbon around it, put some flowers in it. Put that on a t-shirt. Grab some junk, wrap some ribbon around it, put some flowers in it. What do you think? What do you think, guys? That's it. Just these 2 little short ones. Now I got another video lined up. We're getting into pumpkins next, guys. So I have a coffee page if you like my videos, or you like, well, you've learned something, you feel like you want to drop a donation, you can do that here. There's a link in the description. And also my DIYs are for sale here. Also my crochet items will be on Etsy. That is still in the works. I promise you it's coming. But there's a link if you want to go follow it. But other than that, thank you for being with me, and all of you who continue to show up every time. You're my fuel. And with all that being said, I love you more than I could possibly say in words. Many hugs, happy crafting, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye-bye for now.